Hi, I'm Laura Hansen Breksa, host of Intent on Purpose, where I help you invest your time, energy, and talents where they matter most. And today, I'm going to teach you my very own formula for getting huge jobs done. Not huge for everybody, but huge for you, because things can be overwhelming. Now, they have a saying, you've heard it. How do you eat an elephant? Take one bite at a time. But I don't like that analogy at all. I say, how do you eat an elephant? You come up with a plan. P.L.A.N. Piece, layout, analyze, and number. That's piece, layout, analyze, and number. So I'm going to talk you through this of having a personal project is elephant, and it's large for you. The examples we're going to use are a personal project plan that has items and one that has tasks. The one that is an item is a junk drawer, and the one that has task is getting ready for surgery. So when we talk about breaking down a project into pieces, that's pretty much the old way of saying how to eat an elephant, eat one piece at a time. That's where that one stops, right? You just take one bite at a time, just breaking it down to pieces. Not enough. Now for items, you already see the pieces in the drawer, right? Open the drawer and the items are already in pieces. But for tasks, you write them down. Write down all the tasks you have to do. That's pieces. You don't want to stop there. You want to lay them out. So the junk drawer, you take them all out of the junk drawer and you lay them out so you can see everything. So you know exactly what you're dealing with. So now you got the pieces. Now you lay them out so you can see them. To get ready for surgery, you need to see all your tasks. And this can be complicated because they're tasks, they're intangibles. So perhaps you need to get a group together or friends and talk about the tasks to help you see everything that needs to be done. Or maybe you need to put things on a calendar so you can see everything that needs to be done because it includes doctor's appointments or when things are going to be delivered. You might need to take a task and even go through it further with the fine-tooth comb. Perhaps you need to type out lists or even a narrative or tell a story or what's your vision for after the surgery is over. Or perhaps you like Post-it notes and you're going to put Post-it notes everywhere, or even maybe you like spreadsheets. However, it needs to be done for you to see all the tasks that need to be done on a big project. Do it. So you can see everything that needs to be done, combination, or however you need to do it. You have your tasks written down, and now you put it in a format where you can see everything. You have a junk drawer, which are actual items. Take them all out of the junk drawer, and you put them where you can see them. Now you analyze. This is the time part. So you give yourself some time for this. Questions to ask yourself about the items in your junk drawer. Does this work? Is it ugly? Is it expired? Is it a duplicate? Is it mine? Does it belong here? When did I last use it? Will I actually use it? What is the worst thing can happen if I do throw it away? Does this need a container? Is there more like this, but not quite just like this? Do I need more than one of this? Can it be digitalized? Is this actual trash? For tasks, you need to do research. If we're talking about elephant still here for the task, right? Because we're eating the elephant. What is edible or / doable and what is not? The tusk is not edible. What is not doable? What is? What has to be processed or approved? What is better prepared by a chef or a professional? What will cause my upset stomach or how much will this cost, etc. Take it down, each task, analyze it, think about it so you can process it properly. So under the last one of plan, P.L.A.N, piece, layout, analyze, number, take your items and you put them where they belong. The pen was out of ink, trash. The actual trash, the gum wrapper went in the trash. There's a menu in that junk drawer. Well, that went in recycling. There was a brush in the junk drawer. It went in a makeup purse. There were batteries. They went back organized in the junk drawer. It's no longer a junk drawer. So you were successful in that endeavor. You ate the elephant just fine. For tasks, you have to ask yourself when you start numbering is, what is the order of operations? What has to be done first? What can't be done before something else is done? What can be put last? What can be done so low in priority that if it doesn't get done, everything's going to be working out okay? What can be delegated? What do you not need to do? And if those things are delegated, which is going to cost money, which can be done for free, what can be delegated that you're not going to want to micromanage? What can be delegated and be done semi-okay and be okay? What can be left undone? This is an important question when looking at post-surgery, pre-surgery, thinking about post, you got to think ahead. But what can be left undone? The settlement template is what you're willing to settle for. So you got your ultimate success, your absolute vision of success, and then you have a lower vision of success. It still has to be successful. It's not a failure. It's still successful, but it's a level of success that you can say, okay, it's done versus, yay, we did it. There's a big difference there, or a little difference, but usually there's a big difference. You're still successful. There's going to have to be a difference because there's too many things that can go outside your control. Now, I'm not talking about the surgery itself here. I'm talking about maybe the way you handled it or whether the delivery guy came in time. You've got to work that all out. So it just gets smoother as part of the numbering process and handling a big project. It's a little easier. Let's go back to the item example, just to take us back for the settlement template. Let's say your ideal was to have all wooden, nice, neat dividers in the drawer with pretty super neat, Pinterest-worthy contact paper in the bottom of the drawer. That was your vision, everything organized, but you didn't have money to get the wooden dividers and you couldn't find the contact paper that was just your bright color, right? You were successful because you had an organized drawer with no junk in it, no longer a junk drawer, but it wasn't the ultimate because it didn't have the dividers and the contact paper, but you were successful. It was a win. So in pre-op, you might not have been able to get the silk sheets on your bed before your surgery, but you had clean sheets on your bed. You may not have been able to get a pedicure before your surgery, but you got your feet washed and ready. So that's what I'm talking about. You need to have a level of reasonable success, and then you shoot for the optimal success. So you can be done. You celebrate, have gold star, you finish your project, you ate the elephant. So remember, plan. How do you eat an elephant? You have a plan. Piece, layout, analyze, and number. So I hope you liked my little process of handling a big project. That's big for you. Remember, you piece out all the pieces so you can see them. All the pieces so you can see them. Lay them out so you can see them. And no matter how you have to do that, get a friend to help you. Committee, family members. Sometimes when it's a little kid needing to do a job, they really need help taking it out so you can see it. Try to do everything you can. Then you got to analyze it, and that takes you along the time. You got to think about each part of that project. Some will be easy peasy pieces. It can be done that very day. It can be done in a 10-second job. Some are half an hour jobs. Some are bigger jobs, take a long time, need lots of people. Some take phone calls such as pre-op. You got to have big phone calls with the insurance companies. You got to get authorizations. It can be frustrating. Well, how can you make those less frustrating? Can you have a favorite soda and you don't buy? Can you put your feet up? I mean, working all out to make things as enjoyable as possible. You got to analyze it, and then you got to number it. I hope my little way of tackling big projects is very helpful to you. So how to eat an elephant? You have a plan. Again, I'm Laura Hansen Breksa with Intent on Purpose. Have a great week.
Your time is finite. Your energy is valuable. Your talents are unique. Invest them intentionally. Intent on Purpose podcast with host Laura Hansen Breksa. Listen, learn, lead with intention. Your time is finite. Your energy is valuable. Your talents are unique. Invest them intentionally. If a story moved you, if a lesson helped you grow, Subscribe, share, like, comment. Help more purpose-driven people know. Your time is finite. Your energy is valuable. Your talents are unique. Invest them intentionally. Intent on purpose. With Laura Hansen Breksa. Invest them intentionally.